Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to another round of Arbitration Studios, continuing our journey across the whole darn thing of Fallout New Vegas. I'm JP Arbiter.
I'm Mrs. Arbiter.
And I come to realize something as we are in the decision-making process of this, and we've pretty much decided to go either NCR or Yes Man. We've been hearing a lot about Camp Forlorn Hope. That sounds like a lovely vacation spot, if you ask me.
Hopefully.
So we're going to go see what Forlorn Hope is all about. This area, in terms of real-life geography, is well southwest of, southeast of Boulder City proper. Although I think in the modern context, Boulder City, like the outskirts of it, would stretch to about where this is right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much it goes right up to the Colorado River Canyon.
Reminds me definitely of when we were in the Mojave.
10th anniversary. I am loving this the desert climate, and you are just suffering the entire time.
I don't do well with heat, but you're my road runner.
Me. So anyway, we go into Forlorn Canyon, and the first thing that you should do is that if the situation is so dire, talk to the officer in charge. Unfortunately, there's a lot of red berets around
My team
here.
would have liked to get a shot
Red
at him.
berets.
We're still glad he's dead.
Well, that signifies officer to me. First Recon, that's the sniper unit that was sent up here from the airport.
Kind of busy
Here
for
he
social
is.
calls. So if you're not here to help out, just stay out of my
So
way.
there is the person we need to talk to about
I've got the
jobs.
Legion at Nelson breathing down my neck and not enough men or supplies
Legion
to
at
get this camp into
Nelson.
fighting shape so we can strike back. I
Nelson Air
need someone
Force
to
Base.
talk to
No,
a few of
just
the officers and help
just
them
Nelson,
resolve some of the
Nevada.
problems
Nelson,
around
Nevada.
here.
Oh, okay.
If I can get this place in
Little
order,
abandoned,
then I can
bombed out
focus our
town.
efforts on taking back Nelson from the Legion. And the more that gets done around
I'll still
here,
say my
the
my
more
favorite thing
resources
about
I'll
Fallout
be
New
able to
Vegas
put
was
into
radio
assaulting
was
Nelson.
the music.
Yeah,
Good.
unfortunately,
Don't
that
waste
would get
time,
copyright
Our biggest
right
problem
checked
now are
right away
supplies
and either
troops, and the
muted
Legion is draining us both.
or we would
Quartermaster
have to
Mays
pay
has been
for
complaining
it.
to me
per
nonstop
view.
about the lack of supplies.
And I'd
But
rather skip that.
unfortunately, we aren't getting a resupply
This
anytime
is
soon.
just for fun,
I
so
want you to speak with him
keep it
and
for
see if
fun.
there's anything
Believe me,
you can do for
Wayne
me.
effing Newton giving the news that's fit to hear is always a good time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mr. New Vegas, or Las Vegas as he's actually called himself.
Guy had been in show business since he was like 8 years old.
Yeah. Only allowed on in the actual theater while he was performing, so he had to be
He
right.
couldn't be on the casino floor because he was a kid.
Uh-huh. So all the girls of Vegas became family. That was a good show. That's a good show for any age if it's still going on. As long as it's still going on.
Come on, James, figure out your navigational areas.
Well,
One of the problems about this camp, now that I think about it, aside from being so hard to navigate, is that everyone is so close together.
everything looks too similar.
Well, that's just this is from the era
I still
of
don't
video
have this.
games where everything was brown.
So, the major has you running errands
so-
for.
There wasn't much
Oh, short
color
on personnel.
Yep.
in the mix.
The major let me send
And again,
back some
having
troops to gather
taken you
supplies, but
to
unfortunately they never returned.
Las Vegas and driven
I'm
around the
guessing they
surrounding
ran
area,
into
you
some
know
trouble
that
along the way.
there is color
You can
color
help by
everywhere.
finding the troops.
Oh, there's
and
color
It's
assisting
not
everywhere.
just brown. It's
I
there
sent
are
them to
reds and
Helios 1 to see
oranges
if they had
and
any supplies they
pinks
could
and
spare.
green.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta be
Um,
somewhere between here and
I
there.
still think my favorite
I
color.
try searching
My
the
favorite
main
color
road,
of the
checking
bunch
with
of
them
the
to
photos
Helios
we've
1 to
taken
see
is
if they know anything.
all of the brown and greens, and then this lone IKEA sign.
And then suddenly a big blob of blue and yellow.
Uh-huh. The middle of nowhere, and yet there's this random sign. It's like, yep. If you take out some of the lettering or have some of it failing, it would definitely fill up. It would definitely be perfect in New Vegas.
So, first things first is that there was a just
What is it?
the bane of all military expeditions is
Yeah,
supply.
they were here a while
so
ago.
we got
Gave
Supply.
them all I could, which wasn't much.
there was a supply
I've seen
train
soldiers get
that
assigned
stopped
there.
at Helios
It's like they
1
got
was
told they
scheduled
were
to
gonna
come
die.
out
I wouldn't wish it
yonder,
on anybody.
and it never
If
came
you're
out
trying to track
yonder.
them down, we put a GPS marker in the supply crate. You can track it with your
Somehow it
pick
has a GPS
Good luck.
tracker, despite the fact that the GPS system I don't think existed in the 1960s, which is kind of like the tail end of where history diverges.
Well, if it's on a GPS tracker, it's a bread trail, so, I mean, and a bread trail wouldn't last in this world.
Yeah, I know. Also, the fact that there are functioning satellites is kind of amazing.
Well, the satellites would probably have more of a lifespan.
Not 200 years.
No. But the ones that were launched later, or if they figured out how to launch them later.
But it's 200 years after the bombs dropped, and we have a whole it's like there's no space program anymore to launch more.
True.
So,
Only one run by ghouls who think the moon is their sanctuary.
yeah, but we took care of them ages ago.
Oh yeah, I know.
So Fallout television show came out. We binged it.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, but so like. Actually, I thought it was pretty phenomenal. I thought for the source material at hand, it was probably the best show we could have hoped for out of it. Don't get me wrong, there were some cringeworthy elements. The whole, apparently the Brotherhood of Steel doesn't have sex education is kind of weird.
Yeah, that is very strange. I did love the different, how the storytelling and the methodology between this triple set of vaults kind of connected a lot of the video games. And then at the very end, you get, oh yeah, the water chip was failing.
Hi, we're back to Fallout 1.
And I'm just kind of like, oh, well, someone else is going to be going out. And we learned that another place was recently nuked.
Yep.
After the end of, like...
Well, not only that, but we learned that we have the answer to the Fallout's greatest question of, in the Great Atomic War, who struck first? Because there was always evidence that it was one or the other, and now we find out that it was Vault-Tec who struck first, which was not a new revelation for me. I always kind of wondered.
If anything, I think they did it to make sure their vaults actually have purpose. I mean, what do you do if you can't? What do you do if you have a project of something that needs of specific requirements? Create the requirements.
Exactly.
In a very bastardly manner, but...
Well, it's right down to the guy who invented the disposable safety razor. He made a crappy blade because he wanted people to keep buying blades.
Mm-hmm. Well, he wanted to create supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
And when you create and give this idea and paranoia of nuclear war, and you add that in, you have to kind of create you literally have to create the nuclear war. It does make me wonder what happened with all of that, with what happened on the European fronts.
There is a mod for Fallout 4 called Fallout London. That is coming. I argue that in the broader sense of things, that what happens in Europe and the Middle East and Africa doesn't matter. Now, you can make a strong argument of doing a Fallout story in the East. You can make a strong argument for a Fallout story in, like, say, Hong Kong or Singapore or China proper. Literally what you would have to do is to look at all the places that Japan invaded in the Second World War and say, what if China occupied these places in the post-war environment?
I still don't have any supply.
So,
I take it my men were dead.
And the whole reason
It's a
I
high price
argue
to
that
pay
there
with
is
these
a
supplies.
legitimate
Thanks for
way
finding.
to do, or legitimate need for that is that
Thanks again for finding
this
those
was
supplies.
a United States versus
Good work.
China story, because the Soviet Union under Stalin in the Fallout universe collapsed and collapsed quickly because Stalin liked his genocides. As far as Europe, that is answered in the opening of the first Fallout game, where Europe just collapsed as the energy wars grew. Ironically, because of the exact opposite reason of what actually happened, was that Europe was hesitant to engage with atomic energy in order to feed its needs for economic growth. When in the reality of things is that Europe embraced atomic energy, and so
Back already? What do you need?
While America was slow to adopt it for
Extra
civil
supplies will help for a short time.
infrastructure,
But that only
it's
solves one of our problems.
this whole
With all the
stupid
Legion raids
thing.
lately, we're running low on troops that
It's
can still
complicated, in
fight.
other words.
Some are injured,
But I
even
mean,
more
you
are
know, the
dead.
Middle East
I
became,
want
you
you
know,
to check in with
for
Dr.
all of the
Richards and see if
jokes
he needs
about
any help getting our
wars
troops
for
back on the
oil
front
that
line.
came from the global war on terror era. In the Fallout universe, the Middle East became a radioactive killing field because of oil.
Huh.
So that
That's well, actually, no, that kind of makes sense.
I've got a lot to do.
same
Make it
thing with
quick.
North and Central Africa, Southern
With business
Africa,
booming like it is, and considering I'm the
Sub-Saharan
only person with
Africa
medical
was kind
experience
of
in the camp, I could perhaps
spared
use a
everything.
hand.
It's probably a bit of
Do you
a
have any medical
paradise now.
experience?
As
Excellent.
far as South
As you can
America,
see, we have a lot of injured troopers here, and I haven't had time to look at all of them yet. Since you have some medical experience, I'd like you to examine them and see what you can do to treat them.
So, we got a battalion's worth of soldiers here, including wounded, and only one doctor. That's a problem. So, let's put on our hat and let's play doctor.
Hey, doctor.
First thing I need to do, where is our...
Where's the book? Where's the book? Book.
This is like a guy
Book
going...
or pills?
This is like a guy going to YouTube to, there it is, in order to, to get references for surgery. And the funny thing is, not to, like, see how to do it before they do it, but there is a subsection of YouTube and also videos of operations performed that are just shared privately or over hospital networks that do show it being done, and surgeons do it as part of their continuing education.
I can believe that. That makes sense.
It's just funny because surgeons and doctors do watch YouTube videos to learn how to do stuff.
Well, sometimes they learn how to do it better.
Yeah.
Improve their own personal skills.
Well, and that's what it is. You know, it seems so... It seems ridiculous on its face, but it is very valuable.
Yeah.
Don't watch the video before you actually don't watch it while you're scrubbing up.
Yeah, that's kind of silly. Watch it as it's like a study. I mean, I still remember I had to teach myself having to teach myself how to study in the first place.
Where'd my doctor go?
That was wacky enough.
Hello?
Hello?
Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. There he is. He went out for
I've
a
got
smoke.
a lot to do. Make
Like
it
most doctors would.
Excellent job.
Logically, yeah.
Where'd you learn to
Also,
do all that?
in my
I could have done
experience,
much
a
better
lot of
myself.
doctors have the most
Very
unhealthy
impressive.
habits I've ever seen.
As for the men, they'll recover soon and be back on the front lines in no time.
Smoking, heavy drinking,
Circle of
horses.
I'll send word
Well,
to
when you
Major
have to
Plotly
deal
about
with
your work
everything
here.
they have to
Once
deal with,
again, you have my sincerest thanks.
it's not really too much of a shock to have some, you're going to have either some vices, not necessarily vices, but something that you do in order to just de-stress.
Mm-hmm.
Not every doctor, and most doctors aren't going to have the time to be able to go to a freaking gym after all.
Now, the other thing that happened here is that this doctor was reporting that some of his medications, which can be used as narcotics, as mood-altering substances, have gone missing. And so we got to try and find them.
Gotta find out, okay, who took the drugs?
Literally, who took the drugs?
Who took the Mentats?
think it was...
I'm Bitter Root, first recon. You got a reason to talk to me?
Oh.
Mintats.
Nope, don't want to talk to you. Private Stone, huh?
Private Stone.
Private Sexton.
Well,
Hey there, the name's Sexton.
could be a worse name.
Sexton. Welcome to Forelorn Hope.
Well, yeah, I assume he's a very good navigator.
Hydra, right? We all have
Yeah,
our own
yeah.
ways
Oh,
to
wait, no,
do
that's a
it.
sextant.
Me, I think Private Stone does.
No, that's literally what the thing's called.
I know.
Did you need
I know it is. That's why I'm laughing. I find it funny.
Hey,
That's all.
Alright.
we're all gonna die out here. They're out there right now waiting for us. Waiting to kill us.
Well, aren't you just a ray of sunshine?
We're all fracked.
Missing medical
Yeah.
supplies.
Yeah, we all are at some point in time. What's the point?
Well, you know, it is...
What? Oh shit! How the fuck? Oh, man,
Big
I'm
question of
sick.
when.
Look, I can explain everything. Really,
Dude,
just
you're
give me a
in
chance
you're
to
in the
explain.
worst theater of this whole war with Caesar's Legion. You're scared and you're stressed out, and frankly, you need to be rotated out. I get it.
Unfortunately,
doesn't mean that you
there-
That doesn't mean that you steal vital medical supplies that will whose absence will kill other troopers who need it more.
So bad?
Yeah.
I
Don't steal the drugs.
never thought about that.
We get it. You're zoned out.
I needed this. I needed to
Well,
be here.
stressed out.
You're stressed out. You don't have any way to stave off that stress. Like literally, unless you happen to conjure up enough of a pack of playing cards, and even then, you have the game for playing cards is kind of silly
Why the hell should I do that?
in this game.
Turn yourself in, you get arrested, you get sent to a military prison, and you get the
I'll do
fuck
the right
out of
thing.
here.
Turn myself
You get out.
You know, if you get you get a good lawyer on your side, you can you can blame it on combat conditions and poor equipment on the camp, and maybe you'll get no TH.
Bye, Private Stoner.
Oh, that's horrible.
I know it is, and I admit it is.
Anyway, back to the Major for our next thing, now that we solved both our drug abuse crisis and our medical crisis, and what's it? Oh, wait, we gotta tell the doctor we found out who was stealing his meds.
I heard Private Stone
Who took the
turned
drugs? Well, that is helpful, at least.
Yep.
That is helpful. It's something.
Now, if I remember right, we've got a trooper with the spring loose. Not that she doesn't justifiably have a spring loose.
We're the finest sniper outfit in the whole NCR. If you need a bullet,
Because remember when we were on our little bounty trip,
Mm-hmm.
call us.
and we talked about a lovely individual named Cook.
Uh-huh.
He,
Corporal
or was it-
Sterling, NCR
it was either Cook or Nafai. They assaulted one of First Recon snipers, and as a result, she's been a little,
one of the fiends
aggressive?
Ten of spades. They both managed to escape, but not before
Aggressive would be the right word for it.
Betsy shrugged it off like it was nothing.
drinking and whoring.
Behavior keeps getting worse. Always making
Yeah.
passes at every woman
Yeah.
who wanders
Sounds
by.
all right.
It's inappropriate.
Sounds
for anyone
about
in
right.
First Recon to behave that way. I could
Good discipline.
her, but I'd rather she get medical.
So we got to convince her to talk to a shrink.
I'd appreciate it.
Convince her to back down, dude.
I could order her to get help.
You know, you're not getting discharged. You're not even going to get pulled from the front. You just gotta report to.
Report for a psych eval, damn it.
Then we got this gal, Reyes, who's I don't know why I like her. Just maybe it's her job as a communication specialist, which was kind of something I was wanting to get into when I was toying with the idea of joining the military. But it's Like,
I'm wondering
she's
if
in the
our
biggest
regular
shithole in this whole
I need some
game,
help
and
with
she
securing
is
code
so
upgrades
focused on
for each
doing
of
her
the
job
ranger
well
stations.
and making sure that everyone gets
Less than
everything
a
that they
third of
need,
reported enemy sightings are being
and
intercepted.
that kind of dedication. She hasn't given
Our
up, and
enemies
that's
are one step
endearing to
ahead of
me.
us.
I can see that. It is
I'm
very
trying to get someone
endearing.
to authorize this update, or at the least get
And
field
that, you know,
clearance
that's a
to
good
leave the
thing.
camp and do this
Yeah.
myself.
I mean, what
But
more
nobody
can you do?
takes me
Try to do the
seriously.
right thing so people
They just
actually
think I'm
live.
an incompetent desk jockey trying to glamorize the importance of my
Conditions
job.
might not be perfect or great, but they're
Well, and then
better than they are for some.
This holotape
Well, and then
contains the
also
updated
is the fact that
security
she
codes for the ranger stations. Show it
takes
to
the fact
Commander
that
Researcher.
people
Once
don't
new
take her
codes are
seriously
released,
because
anyone
things are
still
so
using the
messed
old
up.
codes will just hear
And it's like, no,
listening
I'm
in on
doing my
conferences.
job. Other people aren't.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of personal pride in there that I appreciate. So we got a few. We're gonna do some traveling here to solve things. First thing we got to do is go to the NCR tent and or shack. Forget which it is. And convince Betsy to talk to a shrink.
Heavens to Bestie, get over there. Okay, that came out wrong, but
Yes, that did.
Get a shot at that junky bastard. You
Ah,
killed
it was Cook.
Well, shit. Here I dreamed up this whole elaborate.
I dreamed up this whole elaborate revenge
I didn't really
fantasy.
think I'd do it, but as long
and
as
all I
the
can
tiny
think of
bastard
seeing her with
reacts
glasses is,
pretending
okay,
I would.
I've never seen someone punch with glasses. Take the glasses off, punch him with the glasses.
Before I indulge my inner bitch
From,
and spoil the moment. Hey girl, you need something?
one
from
of
me?
ye old Disney movies.
The lieutenant's been talking to you, hasn't he? Look, I don't need a head doctor. I'm
Need to
first
see a
recon,
head
damn it.
doctor. I'm
You
first
heard the others
recon, damn
crying
it.
about every little bruise
Well,
and
you know, it's
shiver
one of
you
those
told me.
things. She's in the best unit in the NCR. She's proud of where she is.
Yeah.
And that's not,
That's
Just
a
another
good thing.
entry to take
and
care
it's
of.
not an easy thing to overcome.
Well,
No,
we'll
it's
put it
not.
that way. All right.
It
You
is
can tell
not.
the lieutenant I finally caved. There's a Dr. Usanagi who's supposed to be good at this sort of thing.
Dr. Usanagi.
Usanagi.
Yeah.
Well,
Try
hey,
not
if
to
it
get
if
killed.
they help, they help. Besides, when you have a gun in your hands and you're not quite right in the head, friendly fire kind of goes away.
Yeah.
And that is actually a problem. Even if it's not as easy to punish for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're already in the top unit as it is, and got to work your butt off
What can I do
to
for
deal
you?
with Caesar's Legion.
I wish someone with your medical training had come along sooner. I think she'll actually
Ah,
stick with
Caesar's
the
Legion.
is what she said.
You know,
Afraid
it's
the
such a
Betsy
shame
wouldn't go
that
for long-term
Obsidian
treatment
was
because they
so
didn't want
up
to look bad
against
before
the
the rest of us.
clock in getting this
Do me a
game done,
favor,
because
let
they
Usanagi know Corporal Betsy is coming. I'd like to make sure the medical clinic
the
has time for her.
Caesar's Legion had the potential to be fascinating,
Carry on.
but the only advocate for the Legion was Caesar himself. And one guy who's like, honestly, you know, so long as you don't run afoul of a Legionnaire, life is actually pretty good in Caesar's territory. It's completely safe.
Mm-hmm.
And in a post-apocalyptic environment like this, safety is at a premium.
It really is. When you don't
Um,
know, when you're in a place where everyone has a gun and everyone is desperate.
But here you don't have the there's no advocate for Caesar, and so all you get is the hard ideology of Caesar himself, and frankly, he's not a good salesman.
No, he's
Um,
not. He really is not.
I mean, we could go on and on about how, you know, there is a societal checklist that you need to get up to. You can't just start with democracy from scratch. You have to build up to it.
You have to convince people that they want it.
Well,
Almost.
it's the hierarchy of needs argument. You have to be able to. People will only chafe for freedom, however obscure that definition might be, once all of their other needs are met. Safety, the ability to feed yourself, and the ability to be protected from the elements being, the three big ones. So, anyway, did a quick cut there.
Quick fast forward. Now you're by train cars.
We got Usanagi taken care of, and now we got to get to the various ranger stations in order to solve our little communications issue. And as you can see, they're scattered all over the place.
Wow.
The one that I don't understand is, I think it was Foxtrot, way out in the northwest, in the middle of effing nowhere, where there's no... I think they're there to monitor the super mutants in Jacobstown, because they're seen as a security threat, even though they're, not.
Very well. You can tell.
But super mutants are scary.
Yeah, they are terrifying. Terrifying, if we're being honest, but
anyway, that's Delta taking...
at least terrifying to most people. That was one of those little... And you actually reminded me of one of the aspects I thought was interesting. Was the... remember the one with the snake oil salesman?
Vaguely.
And he literally basically sold a cure, and the cure was this virus that turns everyone into ghouls.
Oh, in the television show, yeah.
Yeah. That was interesting to me.
I don't think he's gonna turn... I don't think that Squire's gonna turn into a ghoul. I think he's gonna turn into a super mutant.
Oh.
I think whatever was concocted together contained FEV.
That wouldn't make sense because of the growth range. It has its limitations, but it would literally helped him instantly repair his foot that was horrifyingly damaged. I will say they didn't skimp on the blood and gore in the TV show.
No, they did not.
And I actually can appreciate that they didn't clean it up. They didn't give it the Disney treatment.
Well, the television show took a point and bloody mess. I want to know what the hell that revolver that Cooper Howard had was. It reminded me of there was this Russian-made revolver that is a shotgun. So, and that would allow it to fire this specialty ammunition that looked kind of like a bolter shell straight out of 40K, but that was the closest thing. That thing was a full rifle-sized thing, whereas what Howard was firing was fired like a traditional revolver.
Oh, I see.
And had a hand grip like a traditional revolver, but it could be handcrafted together too, so, yeah.
Yeah, could be a lot of things. Could be a lot of things.
Mountain Shadows Campground. A lot of these places are named after real-life places, including the campgrounds. I don't know if Mountain Shadows is still a legit campground or not, or maybe it got converted into a residential neighborhood, since again it would overlap with present day real life Boulder City. But
well, not knowing the full on topography or full on range, they're naturally going to take some liberties to show the changes that would have happened over time.
There's our beacon, literally and figuratively.
But I still can appreciate the fact that, it's, you know what, the only other series that, or video game series that kind of reflects the area as well, like Fallout does, and that's the Assassin's Creed one, actually.
Oh, yeah.
They take such attention to detail to the ancient maps.
All right.
at the very least, in
For
the
Accra and oh, so
Accra,
pretty.
Jerusalem,
Just the usual.
and for the Italian cities in Assassin's Creed 2. Yeah, beyond that, it's a little iffy, but
Well, yeah. Beyond that, it's still a video game, but I can appreciate it for the fact that it goes so thoroughly to the researching on it, to having accuracy of what it would have looked like then, or at least in their mind's eye.
right now I'm really glad that we have Lily because we are going to be going through Deathclaw country.
Ruh-roh.
Yep.
Deathclaw's no good.
So, yeah, Deathclaw's no good. Funny thing about that, actually, for a lot of fans of, or new fans, I should say, of the Fallout universe through television show, in the, they say, pick up New Vegas, and first thing you want to do is that you want to go into the Quarry Junction mine.
No. Do you want to be killed in like 2 seconds?
Where there are, I think, 9 Deathclaws of,
Nope.
of various sizes, including a matriarch.
Yep. Hence the nope. 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 Nope.
Ooh. Well, it's not a, thank you, Rex. I love the fact that he can tackle Cazadors on his own.
Ah, Rexy.
Speaking of which, we've done a lot of stuff with story. I wonder if we need to, like, do some of the fun shit, too. Like, go hunting for all the giant bad guys.
That'd actually be fun.
Have a kaiju hunting
Have
segment.
a side quest segment.
Well, I mean, it's not even a
Granted, side quests are kind of half the game.
Oh, again, what was the line from the television series? The Wasteland has its own golden rule. Thou shalt always get sidetracked by meaningless bullshit.
Yeah, that is accurate.
But these aren't even side quests. These are unmarked quests, or just places with interesting stuff. There is a out this far to the northeast is a crater that has a unique minigun in it. Open up.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Somebody? Anybody?
Lucy, daughter of the devil.
Hi, Ranger.
I like that suit of armor.
It's pretty.
Um,
Those posters look way too fresh.
well, they are fresh, relatively fresh. They're enlistment and propaganda posters.
I know. That's why they're look too
But
fresh.
no, NCR enlistment and propaganda posters.
Oh, I know.
Not American.
Yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't have anything with Uncle Sam saying, "We want you." I don't even remember what branch that was for.
You think I haven't tried?
It just sticks in my mind for some reason.
Alright. Well, you're not the radio operator.
Something up? Sorry. It's Yep.
So...
Radio New Vegas. You know the only thing that I think is really sad on that? Is the fact that you don't meet a characterization of Mr. New Vegas.
Funny thing was that there's actually supposed to be a quest. We talked earlier about how it was a shame that Obsidian was right up against the clock and had to sacrifice a lot to get this game ship-worthy. And we can toss that in air quotes. But there was supposed to be a quest where you would go where Radio New Vegas would be experiencing some troubles, and you would go and you would go to the bunker where Mr. House set it up, and you would find that Mr. New Vegas was an artificial intelligence construct that was powered by a Zax supercomputer.
Like President Eden.
Yep. And
That would have been a fun quest.
and not only can you fix, basically you had to soft reboot them, literally turn them off and turn them back on. But you could also muck with his code to be more NCR friendly or more Legion friendly, and that was the idea in the design document. This was a quest that never made it beyond paper. Was that it would change his voice notably. So Mr. New Vegas would be very much Wayne Newton, as we knew, but like if you made it more NCR friendly, it would be much more like Tom Brokaw. As an example, not who they were planning on casting. And if it was more Caesar friendly, it would be a like almost Arlie Emery, but with proper grammar. Oh, hey, you mentioned that you were being blackmailed. I think I will take advantage of that.
Yeah, let's make sure you're not going to be blackmailed anymore, because people are being idiots.
Said if they had to talk to me about my debt again, they wouldn't be nice the next time.
Not entirely a lie.
No, I'm being nice.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
We were on patrol near the dam when a Legion raiding party jumped us. Didn't even have time to radio it in.
No, it's better to be nice and get rid of the blackmailer and keep people on your side.
I wish it had.
Because at least they spread good words about you.
Was gone. The rest of my squad was crucified.
Sometimes that can be the hard part.
Mutilated. I don't know how they missed me. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they knew they'd broken.
And again, war is hell, and this is why you should always doubt the stories of they never leave any survivors. Because it's the Pirates of the Caribbean actually had the great thing of that no survivors, eh? Where do you think the stories come from?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Am I a dick here? I forget.
I don't think you are.
All right, that lasted a lot. I think I got up to take a leak or something when I was recording this. Whoopsie.
Phenomena.
Anyway, next radio. Turn up the radio. I wanna hear it. Give me some more. Oh, hey, we stopped at this ranger station a long time ago.
Oh, we did?
So, yeah, I wonder how they're... Oh, that's a mine underneath you. I'm gonna take your armor. That's gonna come in handy later.
Mine?
Mine.
Mine.
Mine? Mine?
Oh, the discs they use. The discs for those hallowed...
The things that look like reel-to-reel.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I shouldn't mock because, essentially VHS tapes were reel-to-reel.
Oh yeah, but this was like without having the war of what's gonna win. Because there wasn't enough time for the war of what's gonna win. Just reminds me of...
Boop, boop. Thank you.
It just reminds me of our son's reaction to seeing the 5-inch floppy disks from the Creston Hawk's Revenge. Of going, wait, that was a thing? And he's like, yeah, you have... It's like, why do you think you get the save icon like you do? Everything is a reference. There are no new ideas. We're old. I mean, we're not... Anyway. That's why they call those things Easter eggs.
So, we got one last ranger camp here, but it is right up against the Legion. Fortunately, the Legion isn't ready to kill us yet. We are going to be fast approaching a situation where that's going to happen. because right now we're doing the quests that won't advance the NCR storyline. The problem is that once we do, I mean, we're gonna be stuck fast.
Stuck fast with the NCR.
Yep.
Don't really get a choice about it.
Yep, and
No.
when that happens, we are going to be encountering legionary assassination teams.
Ruh-roh.
And not only are they high-ranking legionaries, but they have quote modern close quote weaponry. Which, you know, not just rifles, but like, you know, assault rifles, like they're like marksmen's carbines and automatics and whatnot. So, yeah, these are high value enough targets that we're going to give you this stuff so that way there is no chance that it will not work.
That makes sense. That makes complete sense, actually.
But
somehow.
Yeah, a legionary is a dangerous weapon, even unarmed. So imagine what happens when you have legionaries who are trained to properly use advanced firearms.
Yeah, that's
horrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we've got a ghoul as an NCR officer.
Well, that's actually good to see the diversity.
Yep.
The fact that that's the range where diversity is hit the most is what kind of.
Gotta wonder what the hell a civilian is.
Well, and the thing is that with a ghoul, you got, I mean, there's value there.
Hey, we have more than brown.
Ow.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, it's like he has red on him.
Yeah, I know. It's when you shouted, "Hey," that went right into my ear.
Sorry.
So, back to Forelorn Hope, back to the radio operator, tell them that they upgraded it, and then we're going to encounter a small problem.
Problem?
Problem you have to shoot?
Well, trouble I have to shoot.
The station's been silent for quite some time now.
Good.
I guess this
Shooting is good
confirms-
sometimes.
I'll switch over all radio
Not always.
broadcasts to the new encrypted channels. This ought to help us stay a step ahead of any spies. Before you go, I've got another job available.
So, she has another job for
We've
us.
received some disturbing reports from some of the ranger stations.
Heavy
casualties
super mutant legionaries at Delta, heavy casualties at Alpha.
To be the great cons and their trained death claws at Foxtrot.
Trained death claws.
Super mutant legionaries. You know, that seems exactly against what the Legion is
Nothing is severe.
Yep.
about. That's weird.
Yes, it is, and that's the whole crux of the problem.
Echo has been reporting heavy Legion
Okay, at least I'm not the only one thinking that.
That's about it.
I mean, I wouldn't expect a mere technical specialist to understand that, but like if they had a serious intel officer there, which they should, they would, that person would pipe up and say, yeah, that ain't right.
They are very pro-humanity.
Well, and pro pure humanity. They're almost like they almost put the Enclave to shame.
That's true.
So
That's true. I mean, heck, they wouldn't really, I mean, look at it this way, they would be slaughtering the Institute in 2 seconds for one saying, oh yeah, these manufactured people we make are so great. It's like, okay. They don't really do science much.
see, this ranger knows this.
See you around.
All right, that's our first one.
One down. How many to go?
Well, we don't have to worry about Charlie, but
This is a military outfit. High casualties? We've had one broken ankle, but
we had
nobody
one
else
broken
knows
ankle.
about
Well, yeah, because your rear
it.
guard.
There are other ranger posts around. Reyes might have mixed up the report. Any injury, illness, or death gets radioed to Ranger HQ at Camp Golf.
Ah, all going to
Chief
Camp
Hanlon
Golf.
and his aides compile the reports and assign reinforcements as needed. And they're not needed here.
Well, that tells us that something's a little wrong.
Have
Something's
you ever heard
amok.
the story of the bomber that crashed
Amiss.
into the lake before the war?
Among Us.
Supposedly it's most likely.
And that tells me that maybe we should, once we go check out Foxtrot here, we should go investigate Camp Golf. What do you say?
I think that sounds like a plan.
No run-ins.
Like
with
a
the
very
Great
good
Khans.
plan.
They
Alright,
don't-
what's this about Great Khans and Death Claws?
Hmm.
You must be mistaken.
Trained death claws.
I would have remembered that.
I remembered that. If someone is saying I filed that report, that's a load of crap. I won't have my name
Trained
attached
death
to
claws.
clerical
No.
error.
No.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. There was a lot of talk
Yep,
about
it's a
expelling us from the
damn
Rangers,
shame.
especially once
Yep,
the gambling
yep,
and drinking
yep.
started. Being posted here is their second and last chance. and
Believe
it's so
me, if you could
fun.
have pet death
I'm
claws,
not
that a lot of
impressed.
people would have them. But no one wants them.
Tough, independent, and as ruthless as they come. Their whole
Red
life
Rock
is
Canyon.
We've been
and
there.
it's this station's job to
Yeah.
keep an eye
It's
on
actually one of my favorite places.
Roadrunner.
Mimi. Alright. Well, we've got a situation to handle, and the only way we're going to be able to handle that is when we go to Camp Golf, and we will do that next time, kids. So until then, I'm JP Arbiter.
Hi, Mrs. Arbiter.
We'll see you next time.
Later, later.
Welcome back. I knew it. Every one of the false reports was signed off by Chief Hanlon at Camp Golf. But why would the chief manipulate the reports? I need you to take everything we found to Chief Hanlon and confront him with it. I don't want to make this public unless we have to.